So this is the point of us in prison, how fucking fucked up everything was. There's dozens of stories. I had seen a black kid in a hole. He was in a section, there was a sandbag, a speed bag, and he was hitting the bag. Powerful kid. But he wasn't throwing his punches like a fighter would do. He wasn't pivoting. He wasn't putting his body into the punches. And I watched him and I just said, listen, if you pivot, if you put your body into the punch, your punches are going to be so much more powerful. And I could see you hitting the bag. You're pretty strong. You'll hit like dynamite. And he wanted me to show him, and I showed him a little bit, and he did it. And then he wanted to spar with me a little bit. Not sparring where we're trying to hurt one another. We would hit each other, but if I hurt him, I would stop. Or if he hurt me, he would stop. We're not trying to really hurt each other. We want to get a good workout, and he wants me to show him some techniques and some things and whatever. John finds out about it. We have a lawyer's visit. Now we were moved to different floors. I was on 11 South, he was on 11 North, Frankie was on 9 North. So we went in with the lawyers, and he uses the N-word, a racist thing about me, that I love this black kid. I love those kind of people. He's making it like a joke. And the lawyer's smirking, and some of them are giggling a little bit. John Gotti's talking, you gotta kiss ass, bro. So I don't like it. I told him, bro, one of the lawyers, do you think that's funny? What he just said? No, Sammy, no Sammy, my fucking ass. I'm asking you a question. You were smirking and laughing. You think it's fucking funny. John says something to me. I said, John, I don't even know what you're talking about. Black, white. The kid was hitting the fucking bag. The kid's in prison. I don't look at him as a race or a color. The kid was hitting the fucking bag. He wanted to play, then he wanted me to spar with him. I did it. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's whatever you're saying, I don't even understand. Lo and behold, the fucking kid is coming down on a visit, and he screams, Sammy, and he waves to me. Oh my God, it makes this even worse. But this is things I was dealing with. It was a fucking nightmare. I'll give you another experience. I went on a lawyer's visit. I came back, and when I came back, I was on, I believe it was M tier. On M tier, I took over that tier. Everybody on that tier was some sort of mafioso. It was on 11 South, it wasn't cells, it was dorms, a dorm. This tier, M tier, had, I don't know how many, 23 people, but each section had 4 people, 2 double beds. So I allowed this guy, Porter, a black guy. He was a good guy. I said, Porter, you could take this cell, this area, pick 3 of your good guys, and you could have that's yours. The rest of it, I had Spanish guys in another section. Most of the rest of it were Italian, Irish, mob guys, type of guys. And with the guards and everything, I held that pretty tight. And so that's where and how I was doing my time. So one day I came back from a lawyer's visit, and one of the guys, I believe he was with the Lucchese family, the The guy said, Sammy, there's that guy over there who wants to talk to you. So I turn around, and it's a real old, big, heavy, black guy, white hair. And I walk over. I said, how can I help you, bro? What do you want? He said, nothing. I came up. I hear you're playing pinochle here. And he starts telling me he's in prison for over 30 years already, the old man. And that he's played pinochle with old timers, made guys, some big names and shit. So I said, we play pinochle here every day. You want to play? So he says, well, you know how it is, bro. I just went over. There's no room. Oh, 'cause you're black? You know how it is, Sammy. No, I don't know how it is. Come over there with me. So I went over and they were playing cards. I said, who's got next? And they said, Sammy, if you want to play, you got next. I said, all right, good. Who's your partner? Him. You could have heard crickets. So I says, is there a problem? Who my partner is? Oh, no. And they didn't really care. There was just a little surprise because it's not an everyday thing in prison like that, especially in the beginning. So I went down on a visit, and here we go with, I'm an end lover, I'm this, I'm that, I said, bro, the guy is 30-something years in fucking prison, wanted to play fucking pinochle. When you want to stop with this? We're fighting for our lives. We're going to do life. You're worried about who I'm playing cards with? Who I'm sparring with? In other words, everything I do seems to be a problem now. But you got to learn how to do time. Hey guys, before I do my videos, I got something cool that I want to talk to you about. Most of the times I wear a Rolex watch, about $5,000 watch, diamond pinky ring, and but when I'm running around most of the times during the day, I don't dress like that. So I came across this company that sells watches and jewelry and stuff like that, and they had this watch. They call it Muse Gold, and I got a ton of compliments on it. Just as many as I got for the Rolex. It's hard to believe, and it cost a fraction of the price. I came across this new jewelry company called Movement, MVMT, and this is a great watch, and great people to deal with. It was easy to deal with them. They're behind their product. They're pushing hard. They're working hard on it, which is a big plus. They definitely have great taste in jewelry, which I like, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on it all the time. I made them an offer that they can't refuse. You get 15% off today if you make these orders with free shipping, free return. Go to mvmt.com/ourthing. So they know that that's coming from me and my people, and they got to take care of them. mvmt.com/ourthing. And join the movement. I think I do time pretty good, but whatever, I'll learn. So this was one incident after the other. Now, a lot of people may turn around and say, no, John wasn't a racist, he wasn't like that. Well, when he was doing time, he did some racist shit, and a black guy busted his ass. There's pictures of it. There's evidence in the prison of it. The following day, he did it again. The same guy. Guy beat him up again. Then he went to the ABs to give them money to protect him and to kill this black guy. The prison caught wind of it, shipped the guy out. He never got killed. So there's a little trail of this that goes back quite a while. But anyway, let me stay focused on what I was talking about, because this was a little way later with him. So we keep going back and forth to court, and things happen. I start talking to people and catching rumors. Before we got pinched, John made me go on the lam. And before he wanted me to go on the lam, he wanted me to kill Chin. I know that Chin was behind the murder of Frankie DeChico. I loved Frankie like a brother. And I swore to him in his coffin that someday I'll get even, Frankie. Someday I'll get even. So when he told me to kill Chin, it was music to my ears. I was about to live up to my commitment to Frankie DeChico in a coffin. But this case came up. It was before we got pinched. And he told me to go on the lam. And I went on the lam. He told me, put the chin hit on the side. You'll see what evidence comes out if I'm pinched. I don't know who else is pinched with me. If you're not on the pinch, then come in and run the family. If you're on the indictment, then stay on the lam and run the family from being on the lam. Okay. But obviously that never happened because I did get pinched with him. I'm bouncing around a little bit, but I'm trying to get the story as straight as possible so you understand it. And time goes by. More and more time, more and more things, more and more incidents. One day, they threw our lawyers off. We had to get different lawyers. F. Lee Bailey was brought in. He was going to represent us. In a lawyer's visit, F. Lee Bailey said, John, you can't beat the case. You're all over these tapes. You're talked about, you're admitting you killed people, you did all these things. You're dead. The only thing I could do, and this was a top lawyer, F. Lee Bailey, I could try to get a plea agreement. And he said, no, I'm going to beat the case. I got a secret weapon. F. Lee Bailey looked at him, a secret weapon. I heard the tapes. What's your secret weapon? I'm going to throw Sammy and Frankie Licasio under the bus. And I'm going to win. I'm going to walk away. F. Lee Bailey left, and he wasn't a friend of mine. I don't even know if he liked me or not, but he never came back. Years later, not too long ago, F. Lee Bailey, 2 years ago, did an interview with Jerry Capisi and told him about this. This is years later. And told him I didn't come back because when John Gotti said that, I didn't want any part of that. That came out a year ago. So you guys who don't believe that, go read a Jerry Capisi article, an interview he had with F. Lee Bailey. And he wasn't my friend. He wasn't doing me no fucking favors. But he told the truth. So anyway, that pushes me to the point where we're getting close to a trial date. 11 months after we're in prison. 100 different incidents. I could be here a week telling you stories. But anyway, he talks to me and says, Sammy, the tapes are horrible. It makes you sound horrible, even though they're bullshit. I'm going to control all the lawyers. Yeah. And what are you going to do? The lawyers are going to bring it out in this fashion. You heard the government tapes. You heard the tapes. Poor John Gotti lost control of this animal, meaning me. He's killed all his people, union guys, his partners. Poor John Gotti's complaining. It's not him. It's this fucking animal, meaning me. Now, the government's job, I'm a bad boy, is to put me away. My job is to shut my fucking mouth, try not to get caught, and stay out of prison. But my man, my friend, my brother, my boss, is not supposed to help them put me the fuck away. Don't call him a rat, because he's not a rat, but it's a rat move, period. I heard that, I just couldn't even believe my fucking ears what he was about to do, and his reasoning. So I said, John, are you sure that's what you want to do? He said, Sammy, I'm the boss. The streets needs the boss. I got to go free. And you got to do the time. I was brokenhearted because at one point I loved this man. I did everything. Rig cases, threaten people, kill people. I did everything for this guy. I made him to become the boss. I helped make him become the boss, is what I should say. And this is what he's going to do. So this is what Cosa Nostra is. We're going to kill each other. We're going to betray each other. We're even going to help put each other in prison. Well, then fuck Cosa Nostra, fuck him. I don't care no more. I'm going to leave. What I'm about to do, I'll probably get killed, and I don't give a fuck. Hey guys, I want to take a minute and tell you about something that it's always bothered me. Being watched and being tracked 24/7. I went through this shit all my life. And now it's happening to all of us on the internet. Everybody's being followed, watched, monitored, and I wanted to do something about it. So I came across this company called VPN Express. They do stuff to protect you. So you can't be monitored, you can't be followed, they can't listen in on you. And that caught my interest big time. They set up all these things to block these people who are invading your privacy and listening in on you. This could be used on any phone, computer, or smart TV, the whole 9 yards. Everyone in my crew today uses it. So we're all protected and nothing is, everybody's listening in. That's not happening. I'm doing it with my family, my friends, and I'm doing it with you guys because this is important. And I know you love your privacy and secrecy and whatever. It's not secrecy, it's your business. These people don't or shouldn't have the right to be listening in. And this company stops it. So go and visit my exclusive link, expressvpn.com/ourthing. And make sure you get 3 months, I told them. Not a month, not 2 months, 3 free months. So you could sit with that and you're going to love it like I do. Now I'll spell it for you. expressvpn.com/ourthing. And stay protected just like I'm doing. I got in touch with those agents, Frank and Maddie. Remember the twins, the guys who always had me? I got in touch with them. And I told them, listen, I quit. I'm going to switch sides. I'm done. I think they were in shock. I had meetings with them. They thought it was a trap. I think George Gabriel had said it best. I never in a million years could imagine Sammy flipping and coming on outside. That's just not him. Being a gangster wasn't a job for him. It was a lifestyle. This fucking guy is a gangster through and through. He's been pinched many, many times, facing life sentences many, many times, many offers for that, and he never, ever budged. We think this is bullshit. This is some sort of trap. This is fake. They didn't even believe it was going to happen. Well, we came to an agreement. We were in a room. The judge was there, prosecutors were there, agents were there. And they wanted to take me right on the spot. And I said, no, that's not going to happen. What do you mean? I'm not going to let my wife and my kids find out through the newspaper that I'm cooperating with you guys. I'm going to go on a visit and I want to tell them. I want them to know what I'm about to do. Sammy, you've been up here too long. If word gets out that you're up here or you're about to cooperate, they'll kill you back in the place. I got up and I was walking to the door. I said, then I guess the deal is off the table. But I'm doing what I got to do first. And they allowed that. So now that everything has been concluded and I talked to my wife and everybody about leaving, the plan was set. They have this thing, they call it the Otisville Run. Now, to lower the population, they take a gang of guys out of MCC and send them to Otisville prison for a while to avoid overcrowding. You stay there for a couple of weeks, then they rotate you back and forth, and that's what they were doing with me. So the night came that I was on a chain gang to go to Otisville. I had a belly chain, shackles on my legs, and the belly chain had my hands handcuffed to it as well. So we go down to the main floor, and as we're walking out, they stop this group of 12 guys. I'm on the back end. The guards disconnect me from the rest of them. They make them start walking. And a door on the side, a big steel door, I see two guys in suits. They're agents. They're waving me over to them. So they're pulling me out under the cover that I was going to Otisville. And they open this steel door and it's raining. There's helicopters. There's a gazillion fucking agents, NYPD, everything. Everybody's prepared for this. When I step out, there's a guard who does the security of the building. It's a black woman, a young woman. She has a shotgun. And she looks at me and she says, she obviously knew something big was happening. And she says, oh my God, not you, Sammy, it's not you. I looked at it, broke my heart. And I said, it's me. I guess it's me. Other agents came over. Bruce Mal, who was the head of C16, the Gambino squad, brings me over to a car. I got in a car with him. This whole barrage of fucking people and cars and helicopters, raining like a bastard. Go to Queens, not quite Long Island, right before Long Island and Queens. They rented an entire motel, every single room in the place. There was agents, cops, prosecutors, and I get into the place. They ask me if I want coffee and if I want this and want that. I say, all I want is some coffee and I want to be left alone for a while. It was literally one of the worst nights of my life, what I was about to do. The next morning came, I got up, I was getting dressed. The FBI guy came over and handed me an FBI jacket and an FBI hat. So I said, what's that? They said, somebody's going to be dressed exactly like you are. And he's going to be in the middle. You're going to be one of the FBI guys who is security, who's around him. So I said, if somebody throws a shot at me, they're actually throwing a shot at him, not at me. I'm an FBI agent. That's the point. I said, good, I'm not going to do that. I'm not an FBI agent. And who is going to do that anyway? And they point to one of these young guys. My size, my everything. And I said, let me ask you a question. Are you married? Yeah. You got a kid? Yeah. So if there's a sniper who wants to kill me, he's going to shoot you. You know that, right? Yes. Why would you do that? That's my job. I turned around to the bosses and I said, that's his job, and I respect that. My job, I'm a fucking gangster. If I live with this or I die with this, I cooperate, I understand the life. My job is to continue being a gangster and being on your side now instead of the other side. But I'm not dressing like an agent. No problem, Sammy. They immediately told the guy to put the jacket on, and he was going to be security, and I was going to be in the middle surrounded by agents. I knew nobody would do anything anyway. We walked to a white van. The back doors opened up. I was in the military. It was a 30 or a 50 caliber machine gun bolted to the floor. The guy had his hat backwards. So if there was a problem and people were coming and pursuing this van, they could open those back doors and you would be walking right into a 30 or a 50 caliber machine gun, aside from the helicopters, the other vans and trucks, and it was an army. And we went to an airport. I think we went onto a U.S. Marshal plane, I'm not sure, or an FBI or something. And we went to Quantico military base. That's where we landed. We went into this military base. Right in the middle of the military base is the FBI headquarters, which is at Quantico. It was a 4- or 5-story building. I went in there with them and I rolled in. I soon met the hostage rescue team. They practice and train other agents at that base. These guys are an out-and-out SWAT team. Every one of them is muscle-bound and ex-military and the highest degree of what's going on. When I went up there, I went up a couple of floors, maybe the 3rd floor, I guess, 2nd or 3rd floor. I went into this room. On one side, there was a bedroom. It was the director of the FBI's suite. It's his room. In the middle, there was like a huge conference room with a kitchen and windows looking out, overlooking the parking lot. Right across from the parking lot and the blacktop road, there was a little mountain, a small mountain of dirt, and FBI agents would go to that thing and shoot and practice. And a lot of times when I guess the director is there, he's standing there, he's looking out those windows, watching those agents training and shooting and doing whatever. So I went into his room. Across from the actual middle suite was another room where 2 of his bodyguards, there was 2 beds in there, and 2 FBI agents would sit in there. Now, obviously he wasn't there, so in that room there was 2 agents from the Gambino squad who were assigned to this thing, and they would be in that room. That's the way I was going to live.